Men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie. Look, I gotta give props and credit where credit is due. Sebastian Fundora, that boy won that fight. Congratulations. He fought his heart out. He did his thing. Much respect and credit to Sebastian Fundora. That's nothing but real. On the other hand, when you look at Ryan Garcia, before I say what I got to say about Ryan Garcia, I just want to preface it by saying I know Ryan Garcia is coming off a layoff. I know he's coming off an injury, and I know he has a new trainer. I was not expecting a perfect fight from Ryan Garcia. I was not. I was not. But this is what you left Eddie Reynoso for? This type of performance? This type of performance? This is it? This is it? Ryan, you look stupid. This dude looked like a green fighter who didn't know what the hell to do. Because I have to ask you one question. I have to ask you one question, Ryan. I have to ask you a question. Where the hell was your jab? Where was your jab? His jab was on a milk carton. It doesn't make any damn sense. I got another question for Ryan Garcia. Why was your hands down, you dumbass? You were getting hit all in your face. If he fought a decent opponent who's not a taxi cab driver from Ghana, this man would have got his ass kicked tonight. Keep your hands up, you dumbass. His hands were down. He had no jab. What the hell is he doing? He looked like he just started boxing yesterday. And here's the funny thing about him. He leaves Eddie Reynoso, right? And he literally goes back to fighting in the same style he was fighting in before he got with Eddie Reynoso. He went back to that style. He forgot about defense and started throwing wide, sloppy-ass shots. That's not going to cut it. It's not. And this is something Ryan simply has not figured out. This is something he does not figure out. Something he hasn't figured out. You're not supposed to just run in and look for a knockout all fight. You set up the knockout, you dumbass. You use your jab. You go to the body. You set up the big shots. You set up the knockout. This dumbass was looking for the knockout the whole fight. He was gassed, had his hands down, was getting jabbed in his face. You're lucky that this was a Ghanaian taxi driver, because if this was a live body in front of you, you would have got your ass kicked tonight. And, you know, they asked Ryan Garcia an interesting question at the end of the fight. They said, hey, Ryan, would you like to fight Tank or something along those lines? And Ryan Garcia said, you know, he said this. He basically said, you know, I'm going to let, you know, my team make the decision. I'm not going to call anybody out. That's a smart move, Ryan. You know why that's a smart move? Because Gervonta Tank Davis will send your stupid ass straight to hell. He sends Ryan Garcia straight to hell right now. Ryan Garcia, you don't have a jab. You have no defense. You got to be smoking crack if you think that I'm going to bet on you to beat Tank Davis right now. You got to be smoking crack. You have not earned my respect in that regard. If you can't keep your hands up, you can't execute proper defense, your feet look slow. You left Eddie Reynoso and reverted to hot garbage. His performance was ass juice. People say, well, you know, he dominated the fight. This was a cab driver. This was supposed to be over in 3 rounds. He want a cookie? You want a cookie for this performance, Ryan? This dude sit up here. This ain't Twitter. They fight back in the ring, Ryan. My brother Nobody says same telegraph hook to the body and mediocre ability to pick apart the opponent to the body and no innovation, creativity for an elite fighter. And look, Ryan Garcia, he looks peculiar right now. He looks peculiar right now because I'm not picking Ryan to beat Devin Haney. I'm not picking Ryan to beat Tank Davis. I don't even know if I can pick Ryan to beat Kambosos off of this type of performance. This performance was pure ass juice. And you left Eddie Reynoso for this? You see, people don't realize Eddie Reynoso is a defensive trainer. Ryan Garcia's defense was ass. It was trash. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Come on, man. And I got to give Sebastian Fundora all the credit in the world. He made Erickson Lubin look like the Nutty Professor. He made Erickson Lubin look like the Nutty Professor. I have to give him his credit. I have to give him his credit. That's all we got to do is give credit where credit is due. And look, my brother says, please expose Crackball. He said Sebastian Fundora was trash for being half Mexican. Well, that Mexican just won tonight, you dumbass. He just won tonight. You know, and that's the problem with these guys. You know, at the end of the day, they make boxing about race. They make boxing doesn't belong about race. It's about skills. It's about ability. Ryan Garcia really disappointed me because he hasn't learned that he's supposed to set up the knockout. He just goes looking for it. And the Fundora Lubin fight, that could have been fight of the year. That could have been fight of the year. That could have been fight of the damn year. That was a great fight. That's what boxing is all about. Oh, you know these coochies are running scared of the landlord. You know they don't want the smoke. They talk all that stuff on social media, and then they call their mama to come save their weak ass. But we know the truth. And I'm going to tell you this. Ryan Garcia, he left a passionate, dedicated trainer like Eddie Reynoso, who would have been in his face every round, saying, hey, what the hell are you doing? Put your hands up. Use your jab. Have some head movement. But he picked a trainer in Joe Goosen who was relaxed and calm on the sideline, who wasn't pressing the issue. Ryan Garcia is satisfied with this. I'm not picking Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not picking Ryan Garcia to beat Tank Davis. I am not doing it. I'm not picking Ryan Garcia to beat any of them. I simply can't. Tank Davis right now, if you want my honest opinion, sends Ryan Garcia straight to hell. Straight to hell. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Salute to my brother Ricardo. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the love. I got Ryan losing to all the top fighters right now. My brother Phone Jack, you're absolutely right. Tank Davis kills Ryan. He bends him over and busts his cheeks wide open. I don't see how Ryan, you get your hands down, you getting hit all in your face. What can Ryan do? What can Ryan do? What can he do? He left defense at Eddie Reynoso's gym. This man has reversed. He's regressed. He's not, and you don't have room to regress. And I understand that Ryan coming off a layoff, an injury, a new trainer, but this was a cab driver. You were supposed to go in there and turn up the heat, and you couldn't do it. You were trying to rush a knockout. That's what you were trying. You disappoint me, Ryan. You disappoint me. Oh, man. Shakur Stevenson, that's a 12-round shutout. That's a 12-round shutout. I'm talking about outclassed him. Hold on. My brother says, Nuke, there was some clown in here saying Erickson Lubin would stop Canelo. He's named after Doodoo. Well, if he's named after Doodoo, then that's what his boxing takes are, because they're straight ass, because that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Canelo would not have him looking like the Nutty Professor. Canelo Alvarez sending this man straight to hell. He's putting him to sleep. He's going to sleep messing with Canelo. You need to keep Canelo and Lubin out of the same sentence, because that don't make no sense. Those two names don't make no sense. Those names don't make sense. Come on now. Look, at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, he showed zero boxing skills. He looks like he's regressed as a fighter. It's really just terrible. And he damn sure don't want to see Lomachenko. Oh my God, what would Vasil Lomachenko to do with Ryan in his experience? Ryan Garcia will go cry in a corner somewhere. He'll deactivate his Twitter after that ass whooping. That's all it is. I mean, I like Ryan Garcia. He has all the potential in the world. The kid could be a great fighter, has elite speed. He had good power. I don't know where his power is. And he was already gassed in the fight. I don't want to hear that Ryan Garcia is something special right now because I don't see him beating any other top fighters at 35. He's not beating Lomachenko. He's not beating Devin Haney. He ain't beating Tank Davis. It's not going to happen. It's not. Angela Alvarez, salute. She says, I got so sleepy watching the fight. But everybody watching you now, baby. Look, we got to speak the truth. We got to speak the truth. It's the landlord. Yes, sir. My brother Nobody says no creativity or innovation seem like he forgets everything he learns in the gym. Ryan is disappointing, and a guy not afraid to trade would stop him. That's it. That is it. The nail is on the damn head. My brother Alexander says the landlord always with the facts. Salute, my brother. I appreciate the love. Look, we just got to tell it how it is. We got to tell it how it is. We got to tell it how it is. The IBFP is the professor and class is in session. That's it. That's it. My brother says, stop flirting, Nuke. My brother says, stop flirting, Nuke. Hey, at the end of the day, she can get them cheeks bust. This the landlord. If you don't want to hear the real, this is not for you. If you don't want to hear the real, this is not for you. Only the real can rock with the landlord. That's it. We don't play those games. You need to go watch something else. Go watch Sesame Street if you're not for the real, because the landlord is finna give it to you raw and uncut. That's what it is. And that's what it is. That's all we doing. We speaking the truth. I don't know who you've heard. At the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, if you're going to leave Eddie Reynoso, at least look good because you look like shit. That's all it is. Men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.